What? Hello, and welcome to my TV show on the YouTube network with a potential audience of over 2 billion people. Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, where I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless here in Santa Monica, and in Los Angeles County, and in California, and the whole US of A, the whole wide world, if we could do something about it. But we have to start somewhere. So I'm starting right here in this very wealthy city of Santa Monica, where I am running for Santa Monica City Council to stand up for human rights. That's right, this very wealthy city of Santa Monica that criminalizes homelessness and poverty. That's what they've been doing ever since the Grants Pass versus Johnson ruling. Hey, they've been doing it even before that. Santa Monica has a long history of criminalizing poverty and homelessness and pushing poor people down the road. But since the Grants Pass versus Johnson ruling by the Supreme Court, which our own governor signed a friend of the court brief in Grants Pass versus Johnson, asking Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court, please help me criminalize homelessness so I can clean up our streets. That's what he did. That's what he did, and in the summer of 2024, they started arresting and giving out citations and tearing down encampments right and left here in California and all around the West, all around the country. And we need to stand up for the rights of these people who have been living outside in tents and makeshift housing and just trying to survive the streets, just trying to get by another day without being arrested for being poor and homeless. You all right? Because we have too many of our leaders that blame the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless, while they are creating poverty and homelessness. Too many of our leaders say, you poor people, you got to get out of our streets, but we don't have any place for you to go. You can't sleep on our streets, but we don't have any place else for you to sleep. So you got to go down the road. And that's what Santa Monica has been doing for generations. And that's why Santa Monica needs to change and build affordable housing. They need to be part of the solution, standing up for human rights instead of criminalizing poverty and homelessness. We need to tell our leaders to step up and not be like those leaders that say, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. Let's start again. Don't be poor and homeless. That's what they say. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with bugs. So don't be poor and homeless, that's what they say. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. You know, I mentioned don't be poor and homeless. they'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. See all those chairs over there? They're all locked up. They had a little viewing party for people to watch the U.S. soccer, the World Cup with the U.S. in it. But now they locked up all those chairs, but they didn't lock them up just to keep them from being stolen. They locked them up so poor people wouldn't have a place to sit at night. They don't want to see any poor people being comfortable here in Santa Monica on this public promenade. Let's remind the leaders here in Santa Monica, this is a public promenade. These 3 blocks here it's public promenade, and I hope people get out and use their voices and get out and dance and get out and have a good time and do your poetry. Exercise your First Amendment rights on our public promenade, because too many of our leaders are blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless, and they're taking away their rights. They say, what? You know how many, there are a lot of drug addicts that have housing too in the United States. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that have housing in the United States that have mental disabilities also. But the difference is they have a place to live. Can you imagine having a mental disability or a substance abuse disorder and having to find a safe place to sleep every night? Is that going to help you with your substance abuse disorder? No, I don't think it will. I think it'll just make it worse. We need to get people in housing first, and then of course help them with the problems so that they can become perfect, just like you and me. But right now, what? You know what? That's fine. Get rid of all the chairs. Don't put them out just for the rich people and not let the poor people sit on them, because what? No, the promenade is public. This is a public promenade. It belongs to all of us. It's not owned by the business owners that have businesses here, and we need to remind them of that. We need to tell them these public promenades. This is a public promenade. It's not like the Grove, or it's not Disneyland. This is why I am out here peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless and running for Santa Monica City Council to stand up for human rights. I need to remind people, and I hope you get out here and you have a right to peacefully protest and share your thoughts and beliefs on all parts of this public promenade, and we need more people to do that, and I thank you for getting involved and speaking out. But we need to understand the real problem. The real problem isn't the people that have substance abuse disorders or mental disability. The real problem is that our government has not built enough affordable housing and enough safe spaces for those that are homeless, while they are criminalizing poverty and homelessness. They're criminalizing people. They're giving people citations for just sleeping with a sleeping bag or a blanket in our parks, because we don't have enough housing. They're criminalizing people and arresting people. 75% of all the arrests in Santa Monica last year were homeless human beings. That's less than 1% of the population being arrested 75% of the time. That is cruel and inhumane, and it needs to change. We need to have more safe spaces for these homeless human beings to go to. We need to have more healthcare professionals out in the streets helping these people with substance abuse disorders. What? You show me that. Because the arrests went up by 100% since Grants Pass versus Johnson, and they're mostly arresting homeless people. 75% of all the arrests this last year were homeless people, and even though they arrested 75% of even though 75% of all the arrests last year were homeless people, the crime rate only dipped by 12%. So you're saying they're arresting more and more homeless people, but the crime rate is dipping only by 12%. So obviously not all of the crimes are committed by homeless people, because if they were, When you arrest 75% of all of your arrests are homeless people, then you're doing a lot of arresting of homeless people, but you're not helping the crime situation. There's a lot of problems here in this society, but first we need to make sure that people have a decent place to live, food to eat, health care, and a good public education. We're not going to blame the poor and the homeless for every problem that we have here in the United States. That's the wrong way. It's not criminal to be poor and homeless, and we need to speak up and tell our leaders, no, don't arrest people just for being poor and homeless. We need to stand up for human rights, and that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, because too many of our leaders are blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless, while they are creating that situation and making things worse for these human beings. Can you imagine how hard it is to survive trying to find a safe place to sleep every night? You know, in the United States of America, the life expectancy is 79 years old. But if you are sleeping on the streets, if you are homeless, your life expectancy is around 50 years old. We need to stand up for the rights of these human beings to be able to have a decent place to live and food to eat and health care. That's right. We live in the land of milk and honey. There's plenty and plenty and plenty and plenty, but rich people are having space races while poor people are sleeping in the streets. And that's why we all need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. That's right, that's a 5% wealth tax on the billionaires here in California. And we have the most billionaires of any state in the whole country. And we need to tell those billionaires, listen, you have to pay your fair share so that poor people can have good quality health care, and so that we can show that California is a progressive government and can make a difference in people's lives. We need to show that California can help lift people out of poverty and make sure that everybody can have a decent life here in this fourth largest economy of the whole wide world. Is that right, Chris Flores?
Indeed, Christopher Michael. And I want to vote for him because he is actually an ambassador of the people.
Why, thank you very much, Christopher. Good
I'm
to
voting
see
for
Chris.
you.
Wonderful to see you. You doing all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good to see you. You have a great night. Peace.
You too.
How you doing? All right? Good to see you. What's your name again?
Josh.
Josh. Good to see you, Josh.
You as well.
Peace.
You got Joshua.
We need to keep speaking out for human rights, and that's why we all need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Yay! That's right, and we need to tell all of our leaders, everybody running for office here in California, you better get behind that Billionaire Tax Act, or you're not going to get our support. We need to tell Javier Becerra, listen, you better get behind that Billionaire Tax Act. We're going to make it hard for you while you're governor if you don't get behind that Billionaire Tax Act. And we need to stand up for the rights of every human being here in this fourth largest economy of the whole wide world. I appreciate that young woman speaking out and talking with me about some of these issues, but some of the young people have it wrong. These people with problems with substance abuse disorders and mental disabilities shouldn't be kept from getting housing because they have substance abuse disorders or mental disabilities. They need to have housing to help them with these problems. We need to make sure that people get into housing so that every day isn't so traumatic for these poor people that are trying to survive the streets. Hey, I know that not everybody is going to be able to be housed and helped. Not everybody's going to be perfect like you and me. But a lot of people can have housing, and we can make sure that we are making a difference in people's lives. Because we have way too many leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless, while they are making those situations happen with the policies that they have, just like right here in Santa Monica, criminalizing poverty and homelessness and not building affordable housing, not having safe spaces for homeless human beings, not having shelters. They're even closing down the Sam O'Shell shelter and trying to lease, and they're going to lease beds in another city that is more densely populated, more racially diverse, and also a lower income population. And we need to stand up and tell Santa Monica, you need to do your part, Santa Monica. You've been pushing the poor people down the road for generations. You need to stand up for human rights. And that's why my name is Wade Kelley, and I'm running for Santa Monica City Council to stand up for human rights. There will be a debate on Wednesday night, sponsored by the Santa Monica Democratic Club. It will be at the church in Ocean Park, and it will also be on Zoom. That is the Santa Monica Democratic Club debate for the Santa Monica City Council candidates. That will be Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Look it up online. I hope you all get involved in your democracy. If you're registered to vote here in Santa Monica, I hope you get involved and vote for me for City Council to stand up for human rights. But wherever you live, I hope you get involved and stand up for human rights. Stand up for equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. Because we haven't gotten there yet. We have too many of our leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless, and while they are creating that very situation. Too many of our leaders say, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. We'll say you're mostly lazy haters and you're filled with bugs. So don't be poor and homeless, that's what they say. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless, just be rich. That's what they say. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and sick. They'll put you in the hospital and spit you out real quick. They'll say you need to rest more and change the way you eat. But they ain't got no medicine to get you off of the streets. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live in a mansion. You gotta get a mansion, everybody. You need a mansion. All the rich folks wanna help you if they could. So they'll take your tent and your bags and stuff and move them to another neighborhood. A little farther, a little farther, a little farther down the road would be good. Now that's how they used to do it. They used to just push people further down the road. Now they give people a citation. They take all their belongings and throw things in the dumpsters, and then they give them a 60-gallon bag and say, listen, you have to put all of your earthly belongings in this 60-gallon bag, and we're going to give you a citation. But everything that you have has to fit in this 60-gallon bag because you're poor and homeless and you don't deserve to have anything. That's what they do now. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor. Don't live in your car. They'll find a way to ticket you, no matter where you are. They'll say you're near a schoolyard, or near a city park. They'll make you move your car all day and give you tickets while you're sleeping in the dark. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live on a yacht. You gotta get a yacht. You gotta get a yacht for your yacht. If you got a yacht for your yacht, then you're doing pretty well. Other rich folks wanna help you if they can. So they'll start a race to outer space to help their fellow man. We are going to build affordable housing up on Mars. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. We'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with all kinds of bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. That's right, homeless people. Just be rich. Thank you, peace, peace. We need to stand up for the rights of human beings. Rich, poor, everybody. Sick, healthy. No matter your race, your religion, your ethnicity, your beliefs, whether you're rich or poor, housed or unhoused, whether you have a substance abuse disorder or whether you're perfect like you and me, we need to stand up for everybody's rights and keep speaking out. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, to stand up for human rights. And there will be a debate Wednesday night at 7 p.m. sponsored. That's right. Thank you, peace. That's a debate will be sponsored by the Santa Monica Democratic Club on Wednesday night. I hope you join in, tune in, get involved, speak out, stand up, sit down, walk out, strike. You know, that's a beautiful thing that is happening. There's a union called Unite Here. They're working the World Cup, and they put in their contract that if any ICE officers threatened or harassed any of their people, they would go on strike and shut down the whole World Cup. And I think that is fantastic. We need more of our unions to get involved in standing up for human rights, standing up to make sure they peacefully protest and advocate for the rights of every person. Thank you very much. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Oh, here, it fell down, didn't it? It fell down. Thank you, sir. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. I hope you get involved. I hope you speak out, stand up for human rights. Thank you. Because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to a place where people have equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. We got to keep working towards that. We got to keep working towards the pursuit of happiness. Now, I played this the other night, and you know, I might have known it when I was younger, but I relearned this for the 250th anniversary of our country, of our independence. This is called The Declaration. The Fifth Dimension did this song back in the 70s. Most of you don't remember that, but I think I might have learned it a little bit back then, but I relearned it for this 4th of July celebration, and I might as well sing it a few more times while we're still in our 250th year. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Hey! Hey! And to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute new government, laying the foundations in such principles and organizing its powers in such forms as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established shall not be changed for light and transient causes, but accordingly all evidence hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed, but in a long train of abuses and usurpations, invariably pursuing the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism. It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. For their future security. For their future security. That's the Declaration. That's part of the Declaration of Independence that we celebrated this weekend, and we will be celebrating for this whole year, I guess, pretty much. 250 years. We're moving forward. You know, when that Declaration of Independence was written, it only benefited rich white guys who owned property.
Yeah.
That's right. They were the only ones who benefited from that Declaration of Independence. They were the only ones who got to pursue their happiness. But now, today in 2026, we need to make sure that everybody is able to pursue their happiness. We need to keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for us all. We don't need to just let the rich and the powerful have a beautiful life and do whatever they want while the poor people sleep in the streets. That's not the American way. We need our leaders to raise taxes on the rich. 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 That's right there in our Constitution. For our Congress to raise taxes on the rich, to raise taxes for wars, defense, for defense and for the general welfare. And if people are having space races while poor people are sleeping in the streets, it seems you better raise the taxes on those rich people because we're getting kind of out of balance. We need to have a new business model, is what they call it. A new business model where the rich people pay a lot more in taxes so that the poor people can have a decent life. We have one guy right now who owns more wealth than the bottom 50% of our population. That's right. One man, Elon Musk, a trillionaire, owns more wealth than the bottom 50% of our population in this country, and that ain't right. We need to raise his taxes. Raise taxes on the rich. 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 And a lot of people said, well, we can't do it because Trump's in power. You're right. We can't do it nationally. But we can raise taxes on the billionaires right here in California. We can show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives right here in California. Thank you, Clark and Neha. Good to see you. Peace. We can show, hello, Jesse. We can show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives and can help lift people up and out of poverty. We can show here in California that poor people shouldn't have to sleep in the streets and poor kids shouldn't have to have a bad education because we don't spend enough money on these things. We can show that everybody has the basic necessities of life, a decent place to live, food to eat, health care, and a good public education. California, we are ranked 30th in spending on public education. That is a shame. That is cruel. We're ranked around 40th in the outcome of our public education, but we need to spend a lot more money on education and health care, and that's why we need to get behind this Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. You know, Jesse, a lot of people say to me, they say, if you raise taxes on the billionaires in California, they're all going to leave California. And I say, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. If you're the kind of billionaire who thinks it's okay for you to have space races while poor people sleep in the streets, go ahead. Go follow Elon Musk over to Texas. Take advantage of the poor people over there in Texas. Here in California, we want the kind of billionaires and the kind of rich people who believe that poor people should have a decent life also. We want the kind of billionaires and rich people here in California that believe that poor people shouldn't have to sleep in the streets, that we can build affordable housing, that we can have enough money for health care, and that we can have good public education for everybody. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. Some people say, oh, but that's the wrong billionaire tax. I'm all for a billionaire tax, but that's not the right billionaire tax. There are problems with it. It's the only billionaire tax that will be on the ballot in 2026 here in California. It's the only billionaire tax probably in the whole country, maybe a few other states, but California, I believe, is the only one so far that has a billionaire tax that will be on the ballot in November. And we all need to get behind it. Tell your leaders, listen, if you want to be in office in 2026, if you want to be voted into office, you better get behind that Billionaire Tax Act. Because we want to stand up for the rights of human beings, of poor human beings, so that everybody can have the basics in this richest, most powerful country in the whole wide world. in this fourth largest economy of the whole wide world, California. That's right, California doesn't have to wait on anybody. We're the fourth largest economy of the whole wide world. If we were a country, we would have a bigger economy than most any country in the world. So we don't need to wait for the rest of the country to raise taxes on billionaires. We can do it right here in California. So we all need to get behind that Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Hey. Oh, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather sit around in my underwear than screw the poor and pollute the air. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna die. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. It ain't a crime. Not yet. Well, actually, they have made it a crime to be poor and homeless here in Santa Monica. Homeless people sleeping in the park tonight will be given citations for sleeping while poor, sleeping outdoor while being poor. That's happening now.
I've gotten it.
You've gotten it.
For sleeping in the park.
That's right. Jesse knows. You want to say hi, Jesse? You want to say hi to the people here? You want to say anything? Good to see you, Jesse. I know you know what's going on. I know a lot of poor homeless people know what's going on. You know that they're shutting down the people concern over there?
Are they really?
They will be. That's what they told me. They're going to stop all of their services for the homeless people over at the People Concern, where I have my address, where I get my mail. So we'll see what happens to people like me.
Bullshit.
And they're closing down the San Michelle shelter here in Santa Monica. And that's happening. That's already planned. Because there's a criminal element over there. The Santa Monica says there's a criminal element over by the San Michelle shelter. So we're closing the shelter, and also the People Concerned will be ending their services, is what I have been told just today. So we're going to have to find some places for these homeless people to go. I know they want them all to move out of town. But Santa Monica, you're going to have to be responsible for some homeless people. You're going to have to figure out how many of these homeless people are your residents. Like Jesse, you've been around here a while, haven't you?
Couple of years.
Couple of years. After a couple of years living in a place, you would think somebody might get to be a resident. I've been playing on this Santa Monica promenade for the last 10 years, and I was homeless starting in 2021. And I made my residence here in 2021. I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, and I don't even know if they're gonna still consider me a resident of Santa Monica City Council, because they're going through a new realignment plan to try and figure out a formula to figure out how many of the poor people they should actually be responsible for. They're kind of like Trump with his birthright citizenship. He doesn't want anybody to. Here in Santa Monica, they don't want any poor people to have any rights in Santa Monica at all. They just want to push them down the road and move them into somebody else's problem. It's a real shame right here in Santa Monica. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, to stand up for human rights. And that's why there will be a debate sponsored by the Santa Monica Democratic Club this Wednesday night. You can watch it on Zoom. Santa Monica Democratic Club, 7 o'clock Wednesday night. I will be there with the other 9 candidates, and we will be speaking out, and I will be speaking out for human rights. I hope you get involved and watch. It will be at the church in Ocean Park. That's what I believe it's called. Right down there on Main Street. Anyway, we got to stand up for the rights of these poor human beings, because more and more people are just going to be pushing them down the road. Now, I know we push a lot of poor people out of town because of the World Cup, but can you imagine how many poor people they want to push out of town for the Olympics coming in 2028?
Right?
They want to push all the poor people out of town when the Olympics come to town. They don't want to see any poor people on this public promenade. A young woman was here today saying, well, these business owners don't want to see poor people here sitting in their promenade. And I told her, this promenade does not belong to these business owners, and we need to keep repeating that. We need to keep reminding people, this is a public promenade.
Dude, I'm still a consumer here.
You're still a consumer.
I'm homeless.
And homeless.
I bought my shoes here.
See?
Took me a month to get them, but I got them, and
and that's good for you.
And there are buskers. There are buskers here, musicians. I'm a musician too.
That's right.
I also play harmonica here. And there are businesses that have had problems with musicians playing their instruments.
These business owners here on this public promenade, they would rather put their canned music out into the promenade and not have any musicians share their talents. But we have to keep reminding them, this is a public promenade, and I hope all of you get out here and use it. Get out here and speak your minds, share your thoughts, share your poetry, share your songs, share your religious beliefs, your political beliefs, share whatever you have. Get out here and use this public promenade and tell these business owners, you don't own this promenade. This promenade belongs to the people.
Right?
And we're going to
Everybody has the right to be here.
And everybody has the right to be here, even though they lock up the chairs at night so poor people can't have a place to sit.
Early as fuck. They do it early as hell.
I know. They lock up those chairs right after the last tourist has left.
No, even while
I know. I'm
even
joking.
while everybody's still here.
I know. They lock them up early.
At 8 o'clock.
That's right. They lock them up early so that the poor people won't get too comfortable. But let me remind you, if you are homeless and you are on this public promenade, these topiaries, all around the topiaries, the stairs and the concrete slabs, those are exempt from any no sitting, no lying laws here in Santa Monica. And if anybody tells you you have to move from there, you say, no, I have the right. This topiary and around the topiary are exempt. Don't sit in the bushes or on the grass or on the fences, but on the concrete slabs and on the stairs, those are exempt from any no sitting, no lying laws right here in Santa Monica. And tell all of your friends, we need to stand up for human rights. We have too many of our leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless. We have too many people standing up for the billionaires and the trillionaire, and they don't need anybody's help. The billionaires are doing better than ever in this country. The rich people are doing better than ever. They don't need help from the government. It's the poor and the homeless and those who aren't having a good public education. Those are the people that need a lift up. Those are the people that need our government to stand up for their rights. We need our government to stand up for the poor kids who are going to 40% of our public schools. 40% of our public schools here in California have 90% of the students of color. 40% of our public schools in California educate 90% of the students of color. The other 60% of our public schools have only 10% of our students of color. And that's segregation, that's what that is. California, we have to keep working to integrate, and that means we need to build more affordable housing all along the coast here in California, because all along the coast, next to our public beaches here in California, we have mostly rich white people living next to those public beaches. Those public beaches belong to all of us. No reason for only rich white people to be living next to those public beaches. We need to build more affordable housing, because when you build more affordable housing, you can bring in more people of color. You can keep integrating. Because when you push all the poor people out of your city, you're pushing out a lot of people of color, because that's just the way it is. Because when you push all the poor people out, you're going to push out a lot of people of color. And we need to keep integrating, not segregating, as we have been doing here in Santa Monica for generations. We need to keep standing up for equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for us all. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least.
I love you, Wade.
I love you, Jesse. Thank you. Spread the peace and love, and keep telling me what's going on, please. If you hear about anything that's going on, and check into that people concern thing and let me know what you find out. I was just there today, but I do want us to stand up for the rights of homeless people to have a place to go and get mail. Homeless people to go and get some services.
To get mail.
That's very important, to have an address. That's the only reason I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, is because I made my address at the people concerned in 2021, and I became a citizen of Santa Monica, a resident of Santa Monica. Even though I stay with friends in other places right now, I'm on the list for low-income senior housing here in Santa Monica, but I no longer have to sleep in my car as I did in 2021, 2022. But these people need services from the people concerned, or some other organization, or the city of Santa Monica. Actually, the city of Santa Monica should give these homeless people, its residents, an address and services where they can go and store things and have showers, public showers, and secure public showers, secure 24-hour public restrooms. They need services from the city of Santa Monica as well as the county of LA. So we need Santa Monica, instead of criminalizing poverty and homelessness, we need Santa Monica to stand up and make sure that these people have services. So thank you, Jesse. Speak out, peace, and let me know what's going on, whatever you hear. Thank you. Thank you. Because it's about peace, it's about love, it's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love, it's about peace, it's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace, it's about love. So I was supposed to have a meeting for the Measure GS Resident Oversight Committee here in Santa Monica tonight, but we did not have enough members show up. Maybe it was because there was a U.S. soccer game going on in the World Cup. Maybe they should have known that in advance and told us before the 5 of us showed up to the meeting and had to cancel it. But anyway, people get things wrong, but we need to make it easier for poor people to get involved in our democracy, and we need to make sure that our leaders, our staff, our paid staff are doing their job and making sure that people understand the goals and the situations that the Measure GS Resident Oversight Committee is supposed to take care of and be concerned with. We're just supposed to recommend things for the Santa Monica City Council to do. We're just supposed to make recommendations. We're not really much of a committee of doing anything. There's the Measure GS is a 5% tax on every property sold over $8 million here in Santa Monica. And it has quite a bit of money, but they just let the city council do whatever they want with it pretty much. And we voted to put We voted to put $24 million in a housing trust fund so that more developers would be encouraged to build affordable housing. But it turns out that Santa Monica City Council has borrowed $47 million from that housing trust fund, and they have no intention at this point to put that $47 million back into that housing trust fund here in Santa Monica. So I guess it's not too important for us to have recommended that they put $24 million into that housing trust fund. They don't seem to think it's too important to build affordable housing here in Santa Monica. I sure hope I can affect some positive change while I am on that committee, but it looks like we have done next to nothing on the Measure GS Resident Oversight Committee. It's about peace, it's about love, but we got to keep getting involved and keep trying to move forward, even though a lot of people just want to let business do whatever they want and push the poor people down the road and push the poor people and criminalize poverty and homelessness. That's what Santa Monica has done. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, and we'll be having a debate on Wednesday for the Santa Monica Democratic Club at 7 p.m. It will be on Zoom. I hope you look it up and get involved in your democracy, your city, your county, your state, your United States of America. It's about peace, it's about love, it's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love, it's about peace, it's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace, it's about love, it's about hope, it's about joy, it's about bring some home to your little girls and boys. It's about joy, it's about hope, it's about enough hope to keep them off the dope. Cause when the hope and the joy are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about joy, it's about hope, it's about you, it's about me, it's about you and me working towards equality. It's about me, it's about you, it's about saying Black Lives Matter too. Cause when you and me are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about you, it's about me, it's about Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz y amor. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Hevenu shalom alechem, Hevenu shalom alechem, Hevenu shalom alechem, Hevenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. It's about peace, it's about love, it's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love, it's about peace, it's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace, it's about love, love, love. How it's all about love. Hey, hey! That's right, it's all about peace and love, working towards a better day for everybody. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. We have to do a better job right here in Santa Monica, California. You know, and we need to celebrate and peacefully protest have a friend that posted something. I don't see any reason to celebrate the 250th anniversary of independence. And I said, listen, we have a right to get out in the street and tell our leaders they're doing a sucky job and that they need to do a lot better. I do it all the time. And we need to celebrate that right here in the United States. All of you get out and peacefully protest. Work for a better day. In the words of John Lewis, do not get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful. Be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, of a week, of a month, or a year. Our struggle is the struggle of a lifetime. Never ever be afraid to make some noise, to get in some good trouble, some necessary trouble. And he was talking about peaceful protest, because that's what they did. And they made positive change in this country during the civil rights movement, even though many people suffered a lot of abuse and people were killed, including Martin Luther King Jr. And we need to continue to get out. Don't tell me how bad it is now. Get out there in the streets and peacefully protest. Have walkouts, have sit-ins, have strikes, have shutdowns. You don't need to work towards any violence. You don't need to celebrate any assassins. We need to peacefully protest and get out in the streets and make a difference and run for office. Use your voices, use your votes, get involved. Keep on getting up. Keep on speaking out. Keep on singing. Peace and love is what it's all about. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. That's right. How you doing? Good to see you. Remind me your name. Adam. Alec. Good to see you, Alec. Keep on lifting up. Keep on. Lend a helping hand. We can't solve every problem, but we can try to understand. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Hey, peace. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. One more time. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. That's right, we gotta keep moving forward. We haven't gotten there yet. We gotta keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. Because we haven't gotten there yet. We have tens of millions of people living in the shadows. People that have been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights, not been given a pathway to citizenship. We need to stand up for the rights of these people, and that's why I was talking about that union, Unite Here, who put in their contract with the World Cup, they said if you bring ICE to harass or try to arrest any of our workers, we're going to go on strike. We need unions to do that all around the country. We need universities and schools all around the country to say, if you mess with our students or you mess with our workers, we're going to go on strike. We're going to shut things down. We're not going to fight with ICE. We don't need to have battles with the authorities. We need to shut down and go on strike, have sit-ins, have walkouts, have boycotts. There's a lot we can do that is peaceful protest. Peacefully protest and make positive change in this country. And we all need to get involved. You young people need to get involved more than ever. We're moving into a technological era where more and more of the jobs will be going to robots and artificial intelligence. We're going to have to stand up for human beings, human rights. So we have those tens of millions of people that are living in the shadows, and we need to tell our Congress to pass an immigration bill, comprehensive, to find a pathway to citizenship for these people, and to make sure that the people who have profited off of their low wages be part of that pathway to citizenship. Help pay for that. But anyway, right here in California for now, we need to keep speaking out, getting involved, and working towards a better day for everybody. De la Sierra Moreno, Silito Lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, Silito Lindo, de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, Silito Lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, Silito Lindo, los corazones. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Isn't that beautiful? That's Emma Lazarus, right? Emma Lazarus. She wrote that poem on the Statue of Liberty. Give me you're tired, you're poor. She's not like Trump. The Statue of Liberty is not like Trump. $5 million you can get in the country. He only wants rich people in this country. Santa Monica only wants rich people in Santa Monica. No, the Statue of Liberty wants to bring those who want to breathe free and see others breathe free. Give me your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. That's what it's about here in the United States. Not how much money you have, how much you can control other people, but we all want to see each other breathe free and have freedom and be able to pursue our happiness and stand up for the rights of another person, especially stand up for the rights of those people that you disagree with. We all need to stand up for human rights right here in California, in Santa Monica, and in the USA. Send me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Because we have seen throughout the history of this country that people want to take advantage of poor people and use them for labor and not give them their rights. And that's what's happened to these tens of millions of people who have been left in the shadows and not been given a pathway to citizenship. And that's why we need to stand up for their rights and speak out. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Hey, hey. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Woo! That's right. Let's keep working at it, because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you can't talk about race or you can't talk about inclusion, because we've already gotten there where everybody has the same rights in this country. No, you're wrong. It's still 10 times more likely for a young black man to go to prison in California than a young white man, and that's a shame. Good to see you, Ping. 40% of our public schools educate 90% of the students of color. 40% here in California, 40% of our public schools educate 90% of our people of color. That is a shame. And California, we only spend about $20,000 per public school student, and we spend over $130,000 per inmate, per incarcerated person here in California. We have to spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration, spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration, spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. We can do it. We have plenty of money here in California. We have plenty of money right here in Santa Monica. Don't let anybody tell you that Santa Monica is we're going through financial difficulties here in Santa Monica, so we can't build affordable housing. No. Santa Monica has one of the largest budgets per capita of any city in Southern California. Santa Monica is a wealthy city. It makes a lot of money off of tourism. But you need to build more affordable housing, Santa Monica. Too many of the people working in your city cannot afford to live in your city. And we all need to get behind building affordable housing at the Santa Monica airport that will be shut down in 2028. Use 25% of that Santa Monica airport property to build affordable housing. 3,000 units of affordable housing. The Great Park and Community Housing Initiative is coming to Santa Monica this year. Oh, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative is something everyone in Santa Monica should hear about. Oh, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative will be on the ballot in the fall of 2028. Oh, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative should get a yes vote from us all. That would be great. You know, I don't know if the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative is going to make it to the ballot. It won't make it this year. But we need our leaders to stand up and say, let's build some affordable housing on that 192 acres of airport property and make sure it's affordable housing, because we have to keep working towards integrating this city of Santa Monica, because we've worked towards segregation for too long, and we need to keep moving in the right direction, keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for us all. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council this year, to stand up for human rights. And that's why I will be speaking at the Santa Monica Democratic Club candidate debate this Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the Santa Monica City Council. I hope you all get involved and speak out, use your voices, use your votes. We also need to speak out for common sense gun laws in this country. We had way too many shootings just over this 4th of July weekend in this country. We need more common sense gun laws. We don't need to be having a mass shooting every day. Have you killed a gun today? Have you sent a gun away? Have you helped to solve a crime before it's done? See, the gun won't even mind. It's not part of humankind. Everyone should kill a gun. Have you killed a gun today? Have you put a gun away? Have you ended it before its deadly run? See, the gun won't feel no pain. It doesn't even have a brain. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Now you know I'm not a fool. I know guns are just a tool, but these deadly tools have been ruling us too long. We're in the middle of a war. The enemy's inside our door. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. It really pisses off the NRA. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't laugh, they don't love. Everyone should kill a gun. That's right, common sense gun laws. We can make sure that everybody who gets a gun has a thorough background check. We don't need people who would have evil intent to get guns. We can make it harder for them. We can make sure that we get the weapons of war off of our streets and have thorough background checks for those people who have domestic violence or who have some kind of mental problem they're going through. And we need to make sure that we get rid of the large magazines of ammunition. We don't need anybody to be having thousands of guns, as they found for those men that were wanting to attack the Capitol just recently with thousands of guns. We don't need anybody to have a munitions stockpile in their backyard. We can do better. Let's keep working towards a better day for all. Let's keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for everybody. Because we haven't gotten there yet. Keep speaking out. Get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Tell those billionaires, if you want to stay in California, you're going to need to pay a 5% wealth tax to help lift people out of poverty. California is supposed to be a progressive state. We have to move forward. We have to show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives, can help lift people out of poverty. We need to keep moving forward. We need to stand up for the rights of everybody, even those who have been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. We need to use boycotts and strikes and walkouts, peaceful protest. That's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, to stand up for human rights. And I hope you all speak out for human rights and speak out against racism and hatred whenever you see it, whenever you hear it. Thank you, peace. We need to keep moving forward because we haven't gotten to a place where everybody can pursue their happiness yet in this country. Keep speaking out, keep standing up. That's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, and that's why I will be speaking at the debate on Wednesday night, January 8th at 7 p.m. at the church in Ocean Park and on Zoom. It's sponsored by the Santa Monica Democratic Club. I hope you all get involved in your communities and speak out for equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. And there must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. Good to see you. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, why can't my dream come true? Oh, why? There must be peace and understanding somewhere. Strong winds of promise that blow away all the doubt and fear. If I can dream of a warmer sun where hope shines down on everyone. Tell me why, why can't that sun appear? We're lost in a cloud with too much rain. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain. But as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. And deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow. Out there in the dark, there's a beckoning candle. And while I can think, while I can talk, while I can stand, while I can walk, while I can dream, feeling my dream come true. Right now, right now, peace and love.